Hey everybody, it's Barbara, and I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about the cons of working for Qkids. I've been working there now for about a week, and if there's anything that some people may not be too happy about, I would say these items that I'm going to talk about might be it. So I'm just going to jump right into it. The very first one is that there are limited time slots available for you to teach. The maximum amount of hours right now that you can work per week is 19. So for me, that's perfectly fine. I don't even work the full 19 hours a week. I just work 10 hours a week. They have Monday through Sunday where you can work in Eastern Standard Time, 6:40 a.m. to 9:10 a.m. Now for me, I'm on the West Coast, so that means I have to get up earlier, and so I start earlier, and I'll get into that in a second. But basically, there are 4 classes that I can teach in the morning, and I do that Monday through Friday. You can also teach those morning classes on the weekend, and then also on Friday and Saturday nights or evenings, depending on your time zone, there are 5 classes that you can teach. So if you were to teach the maximum amount of hours, all the classes, then that would put you at 19 hours a week. The great thing about Qkids though is they're very flexible. You can pick what classes you want to teach and which ones you don't. So if you want to get as many hours as possible and really capitalize on how much you can work for them, then you can do 19. If you are like me and you're only looking to do, 10 hours a week, or if you want to do 8 hours a week or whatnot, then you can do that. You do have to work a minimum of 12 classes a week, which is 6 hours, but that's pretty easy to do. I mean, you can do that in 2 days. You could do 4 hours one day and then 2 the next. Or excuse me, you can do 2 hours for 3 days, or you can do, if you were to work on a Friday or Saturday, actually, you could get your 6 hours right there. So anyways, that's the thing about the hours. There is a cap of 19. Again, for me, that's not a problem. I'm not looking to work the 19 hours with Qkids. I'm okay with the 10, but there may be a time in my life where I do want to work a little bit more with Qkids, and then I'll go ahead and capitalize on that. I do have another job, which is why I'm not able to do the full 19, but for those that maybe are looking to just only do Qkids, then you can do 19 hours. The next thing that I want to talk about is the early mornings. So again, like I was already referring to, I'm on the West Coast. So that means that I start teaching really early and I wake up really early. I can't just wake up 10 minutes before class. I don't feel prepared. I don't even feel like that's fair for the students. I need to be awake. So for me, I need about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, that's enough, but I need a little bit of time to kind of wake up. So that means that my morning starts at 3:40 a.m. and that's early. I'm adjusting to it. I am tired during the day sometimes, but that's also my fault because I'm not going to bed early enough. So what I need to personally work on is going to bed just a little bit earlier, just so that I can wake up and then teach that class. And teaching that class at 3:40 is totally up to me, because if I didn't want to wake up that early, I just wouldn't sign up for that class. But I'm okay with it, so that's why I go ahead and I teach that early. On the flip side, if you're on the East Coast, you may be teaching some late nights. For example, if you wanted to work on a Friday or Saturday night or evening, the time goes from 8:40 p.m. to 11:50 p.m. Now, to me, that's late. I'm kind of, I go to bed early. So, earlier than most. So I like to be in bed, by 10 o'clock at the latest. So if I was on the East Coast, that would be hard for me, even though I don't work night classes anyway. However, being on the West Coast, you kind of have a little bit of an advantage there, because if I wanted to teach in the evenings, then I would start at 5:40 p.m. and I would end at 8:50, which is, to me, a lot more reasonable. So next, that brings me to my third item that, if I have to say something's a con, that would be the short amount of time that you have as a break between classes. So what I mean by that is each class is 30 minutes, and between each class, they give you 10 minutes. So that's great because you can go to the bathroom really quick, or, you know, do something else that you need to do. But they also want you to enter the classroom 3 to 5 minutes before the class starts. So what that means is my 10-minute break is actually shorter than the 10 minutes because I already need to be back in my seat, kind of ready to go. So it is short, but it is just enough time for me to do whatever I need to do really quick between the break. I make sure before I even start teaching that if I need to eat, I eat. If I need to make my coffee, I make my coffee. I pretty much make sure everything is set up. That way, once I'm teaching and I'm teaching for 2 hours, I don't need to have a longer break to do anything. I mean, if I need to use the restroom, okay, cool. And that's about it. So for me, it's enough time, but I can see where some people may think that maybe they would like more time. And in that event, then just maybe don't teach back to back. I would just recommend teaching one class or teaching every other class time slot. So, you know, just don't schedule it back to back. And then you would have a 30-minute break. For me, my mornings, I want to make sure that I teach all 4 classes. So then I just teach them back to back. And it works out just okay. The last thing that I would say that could be, you know, a little bit of a con is that you get paid once per month. So, you know, most jobs that I've ever had, you get paid bi-weekly. I've even had a job once that I got paid weekly, which is great. But, you know, with a lot of jobs in the educational system, if you're not used to that, that could be a little bit harder. So basically all you need to do there is only, you know, budget. You know that it's going to come a month later, and then you just budget accordingly. So for me, it's not a big deal, but it would be nice to get paid a little bit more frequently, but I get it. I mean, it's like that, you know, for, like I said, in, you know, many school districts and whatnot, you're getting paid once a month. So it's kind of no big deal, but it would be nice to get paid a little bit more frequently. That's basically it. I honestly don't have anything else bad to say. And those aren't even bad things to say. They're just things that could be perceived as a con. For me, the job has been amazing. I love teaching the children. I love every morning, you know, once I'm sitting there, it's great. You know, it's not a burden for me to wake up because I know the great time I'm going to have teaching. The staff is great. I've seen videos where people have complained about the staff, and I mean, I know I've only been teaching for a week so far, but the staff has been very, very awesome. And I've dealt with the hiring team, the coaching team. There's another team on there, and everybody's really great. They answer quickly. They're very thorough. They're very kind. So I haven't had any issues with that at all. So just wanted to go ahead and give my honest opinion. If you have any other questions, or if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know down below. If you think you'd like to apply for the job, go ahead. There's a link down below. You can go ahead and click on that. And that's about it. I'll also be making a video soon about the pros of working for Qkids. And there's a lot of pros. All right. See you guys. Bye.